In Lingua Podcast live from Dessau is broadcast from Mitteldeutschland and features all things languages. The show is hosted by our teachers, presenting students and guests from all walks of language learning experiences. Hey, Undine, how you doing?
Hi, Scott. I'm doing fine. How are
Yeah?
you?
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate it. So, Undine, before we start talking about whatever we're going to talk about, could you tell us the origins of your name?
Yes, of course. It's kind of simple because my parents were just searching for something related to the water because they both grown up at the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And actually in the GDR, they went to sea and met each other on board.
Okay.
So, they just wanted to find a name for their child, which represents their connection to the water. And Undine means something like mermaid or little wave, or also water goblin.
Okay. Water. I
Kind of
like
that.
water. Actually, a water goblin. You look like a little water goblin.
I thought you will say mermaid, but okay.
So wait, your parents met on a boat?
Yes.
What kind of boat?
How do you describe it? It was like a carrier in the GDR,
Okay.
and also for
What is it, a sailboat or a motorboat?
it's more motorboat.
Okay.
Carrier, and for people who were allowed to travel or had the privilege to travel in the GDR.
Okay.
that
So
was-
this was. They met on, like, they were going on vacation.
No, they worked there. My mother was
Ah.
a stewardess,
Ah.
and my father was an electrician
Okay.
on the boat. So they went all over the world.
Come a little bit closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went all over the world. They've seen Asia. They have seen America. Actually, they've been in India. So
So there's a cruise ship.
kind of that, but also carrier. So it was not common to cruise around the world in
how
GDR
many-
times. So
How many people could fit on that boat?
I don't know.
Hundreds?
I don't think so. So it was not actually for cruising. It was for carrier. So what it is in English?
What is the difference in a? Yeah. You're saying carrier?
Yeah, to
Well, people slept on the boat.
the people who were working there. Yeah, but actually they had to dispatch products from one end of the world to the other.
Cargo
So,
ships.
cargo ships. Yeah, that is the word.
Ah.
Carrier.
Wait, so your father was an electrician on a cargo ship?
Yes.
And your mother was a
Stewardess.
Okay.
On the cargo ship.
So she was whatever service.
Serving.
Okay. Like
serving the food.
food stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the crew.
Okay, fascinating. So that's how they met, and then they fell in love, and then they had a little water goblin.
Yeah.
So, Undine, what is it? It's not German, or is it?
Could be. So there are roots of Old German with this name. It's also the possibility to trace it back to Italian or Hebraic.
Yeah, Hebrew.
Yeah, Hebrew.
Hebraic. Yeah, Hebraic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Do you know? Have you ever met another Undine?
yes, actually, I know a lot of girls and women having
Really?
this name. Yeah, in my hometown there are 2 other girls with this name, and I also know somebody in Erfurt, so in the sailing club society where we are sailing and training. So
Okay.
there are 2 other women I know.
So, like the size of a cargo ship that just blocked the Suez Canal for like
It
7
was not
days?
such big, but
Oh.
kind of that. Yeah.
And their destinations were all over the world.
Yes.
Okay. After you were born?
No, before. It was in
Okay.
GDR times.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everything before
That's
1990.
fascinating. So, wait, what year were you born?
Huh?
What year were you born?
1991.
Okay. Okay, so right when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1989, right?
Yeah.
Perestroika is 1989. So did your father change professions?
Yeah, they had to.
Okay.
Because this, what is it in the cruise line was not existing anymore.
The cargo
after.
the cargo
The cargo
company?
line, yeah, or the cargo company. And he became a policeman on the water.
Okay.
So water policeman. And my mother changed to, optica. So she
Okay.
sells glasses.
Glasses.
Yeah.
So your family has always had this love affair with the water.
Yes.
Okay. When your father and mother were working on the cargo ship, when they were back home, were they also on the water? Where did okay, for the audience members, Undine is a competitive sailor.
Yeah, that's right.
You have a team, you have a boat.
Yeah, actually, my team is my father. So
Okay.
my father and I are sailing together on competitions.
So was he, when he was working on the boat, was he also sailing in his free time?
Yes.
Okay, so he's always had a love affair with the water.
Yes.
Okay. And is this where your love affair comes from?
Yes, because he is a sailing instructor in our sports club.
Uh-huh.
And so I've been raised up on the boat actually, because the first time I went with them I was a baby of a few weeks. So, and we've always been on vacation on the boat.
Okay.
So on a sailing boat.
Okay.
And I started to sail with my own boat on an age of 6.
Okay. Like a one-seater.
Yes.
Okay. Did you need a license for that?
There is a license, but you do not necessarily need it.
Okay.
So we all did this exam, but it's just for seeing the kids being happy to have something in their hand.
Okay.
And there are some competitions where you have to prove that you have this kind of license, but it's not necessary.
Okay, so at
the end.
6 years old, you were soloing, basically.
Yes.
In lakes or in like big lakes, rivers? Like what kind of bodies of water are we talking about? Like the Baltic Sea?
Yeah, Baltic Sea also. So, but it's more Stettiner Haff. It's connected to the Baltic Sea, but something between a lake and Baltic
Like
Sea.
channels or waterways? That's vocabulary
Yeah,
that I'm
it's
not.
a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they empty into the Baltic Sea?
Yes.
Like small rivers? Rivers? Tributaries?
Es ist ein Binnengewässer, ja, ein Brackwasser sagt man, aber
Okay.
ich weiß nicht. I don't know what it is in English.
Like, yeah. I mean, I've been on a sailboat before, but I'm not a licensed sailor. Okay, so you grew up on the water. Your English is fantastic.
Thank you.
So where did you learn English?
I already started in grammar school. So actually, I'm remembering that we had a hand puppet. It was a black raven called Cookie.
Okay.
And he was always asking for our names, how our day was, and simple things like the colors or animals pets we are having at home. So that was how it started all.
Okay. When did you start? When was your first English class?
Yeah, in grammar school, I think
grammar school.
second class.
Okay,
with
so second
7
grade.
to 8 years.
Okay. And the teacher had a puppet show?
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
it's really good.
To
So,
keep the students interested
Yeah.
and like excited.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like English from the very beginning?
Yes, I was very interested, and when I came into high school, I also recognized that it became more and more important, because you recognize it in the advertising, in the daily language. So I was aware of the language English
Okay.
all the time. So
Since your parents had traveled the world, did they speak English?
they did speak English, but not so well, because in their school system it was not the first foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
It was Russian,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah.
And I also had Russian at school.
Okay.
So we started in the 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's your Russian today?
Oh, I lost a lot of it. I was really good, and I also wanted to make my A-level in Russian, but after the 10th grade, we didn't have enough classmates which wanted to follow
Okay,
up
to
the
continue the
A-level.
course.
Yeah, so we didn't
Okay.
get a course
Okay.
together.
So what helped you learn English the most? What were some of the resources that you used to improve your language skills?
Actually, I read a lot of books
Okay.
in English.
What kind of
So,
books?
like fantasy or crime,
Mm-hmm.
thrillers, so something very exciting and
Was that part of the homework, or is this outside? You're doing this on your own?
We have homework with special books, but I read books additionally,
Okay.
and I'm still doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading James Patterson, the Alex Cross series.
So James Patterson. He's a
Yeah.
popular author.
Yeah,
Nonfiction. No, fiction. He's a fiction author.
it's fiction and it's crime fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think some of his books have been adapted into movies, I think. Or is that John? Who am I thinking of?
I'm not sure if he is behind the Castle series.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Richard Castle.
I'm trying to think. Who's that?
Like
other guy?
detective and a journalist working together on special cases, homicide cases.
Okay.
So,
Are you into crime stories?
in the part of English
Mhm.
watching TV and
Mhm.
English reading, it is something which is going along. So
Pretty interesting, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what did you do after you finished high school?
I was involved in a dual education system, so it means to do an apprenticeship as a technical draftswoman in that case, and studies at the same time.
Okay.
And I decided to study naval architecture actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naval architecture.
Yes.
What is that? What is that about?
It's simply it is shipbuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And my yard I was working for was building or is still building cruise ships.
Okay. Like cruise ships, like
AIDA, for example,
Okay.
or for celebrity cruises or
Okay.
Disney cruise lines.
okay. Is that in Hamburg?
No, Papenburg.
Papenburg.
Yeah.
Okay. Hamburg is that also like the home of shipbuilding? Because it's a big port city?
I can't say that because I studied in Bremen.
Okay.
And there's actually a competition between Bremen and Hamburg.
Okay. So in Papenburg, you did your apprenticeship in naval architecture.
I did the apprenticeship as technical draftswoman.
Technical draftswoman.
Yeah.
So learning how to design ships.
And make the drawings, yeah,
Okay.
where you build them from. And how to design and build ships at the end, it was in the studies, in the naval architecture studies.
And that lasted for 3 years?
No, altogether it was 4.5 years. So 1 year of practice on the yard, working down in the halls. Was ist Schweißen? Burning? Welding.
Oh, yeah, welding.
Yeah. So down the halls welding and
like repairing.
it's not repairing. It's
Building.
just, actually building.
Dude, you were welding?
Yes, I've also done welding and
Awesome.
yeah,
That's so
some
cool.
of this stuff. And 1 year of practice
Uh-huh.
at the yard, and then I switched to the University of Applied Sciences in Bremen
Okay.
for studies naval architecture.
Uh-huh.
And usually when the others went on vacation, we got back to the yard, working there for our apprenticeship and
Okay.
doing the practice and the theory together.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you finished that opportunity in 4.5 years.
Yes, all together. So
is
we
it-
had the exam for the apprenticeship,
Mhm.
and at the end I get the Bachelor of engineering and naval architecture.
Okay. And you're living in Papenburg?
I was living half the time in Papenburg and the other time during the studies in Bremen.
And Bremen is, I know where it is, but can you tell us where it is? Is it in West Germany?
It's West Germany, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, in the northwest of Germany.
Okay. That's pretty fascinating. How many students were in your program?
Oh, it's a few years ago. How many students? So in the program at the Yard for this dual education system, we have been one boy and a girl for shipbuilding or naval architecture, and 2 for machine engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're learning how to design ships,
Yeah.
is the teacher also an architect? Like a shipbuilder or a ship architect? I don't, this is something that's out of my, like, I don't know anything about this.
So for the different courses, there are different teachers, of course, and so some of them are only mathematics, and we also have somebody for hydromechanics, and we had somebody for structures. So yeah, it's a mix.
Okay.
At the end.
What was the most challenging? What was the most challenging part of that internship program?
That you do not have so much vacation as the others, because we've been included in the same studies like the other normal ones without an agreement with the Yard. So we needed to do the homework, which was actually for the vacation time, besides our work at the Yard.
Okay, so it's just a lot of work.
Yes.
Okay. And if you had chosen the path of the university and you wanted to still study in the same area, what would you have studied? Just the theoretical part of building a ship?
How do you mean that?
Like,
so we have just studied the normal way without an apprenticeship?
Right. Like, what would you have studied if you wanted to go into the same area?
It would have been the same courses because it's a Finnish program, study program.
Okay.
Because it's a University of Applied Sciences.
Right. So when you finish, you have an internship, like, diploma and a university diploma.
Yes.
Or is it both?
So the first one is an apprenticeship. So it's Facharbeiter. It is in Germany. I don't know how it is in.
No idea.
You can go to work with that. So you are.
So you're accredited. You're qualified. It's a qualification.
You are a
Okay.
qualification for this special business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And additional, you have the Bachelor of Engineering.
Okay, so you finished the internship program. What do you do after that?
So inside this internship program, I also went 1 semester abroad to Finland.
Okay.
And for that, I needed the English speaking part as well, of course, because it was all in English. And usually all the things on the Yard are bilingual as well. So you have drawings in German and English due to the sub-suppliers or, for example, for the end customers.
Okay.
So it's,
So
all the time it has been English and German.
Okay, so in Finland, you're continuing the... What are you doing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a semester abroad, so I had there courses in English for my studies, naval architecture.
For example, what kind of courses?
For example, I had risk management. It was a very interesting course.
Okay.
And I had also kind of structure course. It's called finite elements.
Okay.
It's for what kind of stresses do we have in certain parts of a ship, for example, or in certain constructions.
Okay. So all about shipbuilding.
Yes.
Okay. Fascinating. That's amazing. This is something that I never even think about, like
I also built the river cruise vessels, which are coming to the port here in Dessau on the Elbe.
Okay, you designed the river cruisers?
Yes, I've been part of the project team when I was working on the yard in Rostock. It was a part of my bachelor thesis.
Okay, so those are barges, because you navigate those in rivers. Are they barges?
What is barges?
A barge is like something that carries cargo, but the design is a little bit different.
It's a cruise ship for rivers, actually.
Okay.
So you can go on vacation on that.
Oh, okay. So these are the things. Okay, so these
on the rivers.
Okay, you sleep in these.
Huh?
You sleep in these.
Yes.
Okay, so
and
they're not
you
barges.
can dine there. And,
okay. So you had a hand in designing.
Yes. So I was drawing the general arrangement plans.
Okay.
So you could see where is what located on the decks.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you find the restaurant? Where can you find the cabins? Where can you find the bathrooms, for example?
Okay.
So everything put it together was on the general arrangement plan. I was doing these, or the fire and safety plans, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So where you look, where are the exits, and where do I have to go when an emergency call comes around.
And you said you were working in Rostock?
Yes.
So this is your first job?
The yard, Papenburg, and the yard in Rostock are one company. So.
Okay. So after you finished your studies, you come back. Okay, when do you go to Finland? In the third year, fourth year?
In the fourth year, actually.
So you almost completed your studies.
Yes.
Okay, so you come back, you graduate.
Then I had a praxis semester on the yard in Rostock. So I worked there and had to do some home paperwork for this time.
Okay.
And then I did my bachelor thesis on the yard as well in Rostock. And then I worked there in the design department.
Designing river cruisers.
Yes. So.
Fantastic. Are they also built in Rostock?
Yes.
Okay. So are you also working on the build side of that, or just the design side of that?
Design side of that.
Okay, but you do have building experience, because you said you had welding experience.
Yes.
As well.
In the first year on the yard.
That's so cool.
We've all included in the practice work. So, and that was something what helped me even for the studies, because you've seen these things before. We're talking about in theory. And you've connected the theory with the praxis.
I mean, do you think that is why this apprenticeship program, this internship program that Germany has is so attractive? Because you get such a well-rounded
Yes, for me it
education?
was very attractive, and I would ever choose it again because of this combination.
Okay.
But at the end, it is a lot of work and a lot of workload. I enjoyed it.
Do you think it's more popular for the people that come from the part of the country that you're from? Like, you're from the northeast. So are more young people interested in this particular opportunity because they grow up near the water?
Yeah, there could be a connection, but we had also a lot of people from the south of Germany, which decided to become a shipbuilder. So.
Was your father proud when you decided to go that way? Or your mother? That's just your parents. I shouldn't say your father. Were your parents proud?
They were proud, but I think they wished that I had a plan B.
Okay.
If it not was going to work.
What would have been your plan B?
I didn't have a plan B.
So
because I was sure it will go.
Okay.
Will go good.
All right. So you finished the apprenticeship program in what year?
What was it? It was... So the apprenticeship was finished in 2013, and the studies were finished 2014.
2014. What comes next?
I moved to Dessau.
Ah, okay.
to move in with my boyfriend. And yeah, and then I started to work as a sales woman for
Sales representative?
a sales representative
Mm-hmm.
for that's hard, electric generators and motors for the shipbuilding industry.
Okay. So you're still involved in the shipbuilding industry in some capacity?
Yes.
Okay.
That was for 1 year, and then I changed again to an international company with headquarters in America, and now I'm working as a supplier manager.
Okay. So can we talk about that real quick?
Yes, of course.
All right. So what kind of a company is it?
We are developing and building diesel fuel systems and injectors.
For what kind of machine?
For ships.
Okay. Really? Okay. For ships?
That is one part. For mining trucks. So bigger applications, emergency generator sets, something like that.
Okay. Is it a big company here?
It is more medium enterprise location.
Is it an old company or is it a newer company?
It is an old company.
Okay.
So it has its roots in the GDR, but it was taken over from the American company in the 90s.
Okay.
So, and that's an worldwide company.
Okay, so since it's an American company, I imagine you are speaking English quite a lot.
Yes.
Every day?
Almost every day.
Okay.
So internal, we have all our email and telephone communication on English because we have Americans, we have English people, we have people from China, we have people in the Netherlands, almost all over the world.
Okay.
So yeah, so
every day.
Yeah, common language is English. Internal, of course, we are talking in German. We have German sub-suppliers, but we have also sub-suppliers from Poland, from the Netherlands.
Okay. Are you, since you're working in an American company, does that give you an opportunity to travel on business?
Yes, we have the opportunity to travel in business. We need to, of course, to be on site at the supplier. What are their capabilities? What are the problems they have, for example? But yeah, of course, due to the pandemic, it was restricted. I'm usually traveling in Germany or close to Germany, like Netherlands or Poland.
Okay.
So nothing.
So you are the supply manager.
Yes.
So whatever parts you need to manufacture your equipment, that's your main priority.
Yes,
okay.
We are managing the supply base. So where do we have an opportunity to buy certain parts or manufacture certain parts? When we get the parts, what is the supplier performance regarding on-time delivery, regarding the quality, contractual management, long-term agreements, these kind of things, finance, of course.
Has the pandemic created difficulties in like getting supplies from your normal suppliers, or has it been pretty steady?
Actually, there have been a lot of challenges in the last 1.5 years. The first one, besides the pandemic, was the Brexit, actually.
Okay.
So we have some suppliers from the UK, and there are new challenges handling customs, of course, and a lot of carriers are überfordert.
You're asking the wrong guy.
You need to know. Have a lot of problems to handle the bigger efforts for customs, and there are also capacity issues on that end. So you have longer delivery times, you have lost parcels, for example.
Okay.
And due to the pandemic, you do not have the possibility to be on site if there are some problems at the suppliers. we have suppliers which are in the hotspot, so they couldn't work, or the people are sick or have been in quarantine, something like that.
Okay.
So you do not get your parts on time.
So with Brexit, how does that affect? Is it mainly affecting like the price? What? Okay, yeah. Let's briefly. I don't know anything about Brexit, right?
Okay.
But if you could tell our listeners in like 3 or 4 sentences, what has that done as far as like, what's the effect on your supply chain or your company?
We have delays in deliveries. That's the most important part right now. So it's hard to get the products out of the UK in time. So the lead times are.
So does that mean you're looking for other suppliers?
In some cases, we have to, yes.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
And at the end, we recognize that due to the bigger efforts on documentation sides, of course, the prices will rise also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is going to be reflected to your customers.
We try to, yes, of course. But sometimes we have to take it over because, for example, we have a contract or something like that. So
you have a contract with a set price, and that price cannot.
Could be
Okay.
on the supplier side, but we can also have a contract to the customer side, and then we cannot forward the price increase to the customer.
Right. Okay, so you have to eat it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That's good.
Okay.
And that could be a reason to search for another supplier.
Okay. Do you like your job?
Yes, I like it.
Do you see yourself working there for the rest of your career?
Oh, that's a hard question. I don't. I have to work a lot longer, so I don't know when I can go into retirement.
in 50 years.
Yeah, so it's quite a long time.
Okay.
I do not know.
No, it's like you said, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So, okay, we talked about English, right? We talked about work. Can we talk about family?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I know that you have 2 kids, and I wanted to actually, one of the reasons I specifically asked you to be a guest on our podcast is because I wanted you to share some of your experiences, like raising 2 young children in this and working full time, going through this pandemic crisis year that we've had. You talk about the challenges of Brexit. Can you tell us a little bit about the challenges of being a mother of 2 small children and having to cope with the pandemic, but also how do you communicate that to your kids? Like what's happening in the world, like why they can't go to kindergarten or why they can't go play with their friends or something like this.
So actually that changed in the last 1.5 years, because at the beginning of the first wave, I've still been in parental leave with our baby girl, and our boy was in the child nursery.
Okay.
So, pretty young. So we didn't tell him what was happening.
Okay. So everything is sort of normal. He's going to nursery school.
Yeah, but then it was closed, and he had to stay 2 months at home with me and his, baby sister.
Right.
If I'm honest, we told him that there is construction site everywhere.
Okay.
Because in the first wave, they closed off the playgrounds. I don't know if you remember.
I remember the playgrounds being closed.
And there are, everywhere there have been this red and white construction site banned.
The tape.
Yeah, the tape.
Okay.
So that is why we told him we can't go there because there's construction site.
That makes sense.
And
so the school is under construction and the playground is under construction.
Yeah, and the kindergarten was also under construction.
How did he react to that?
He was disappointed a little bit, of course, but for him it was not such bad because he enjoyed to stay at home with his mother and his baby sister at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking for his friends a few times, but yeah, for him it was okay to say, no, we cannot go there because it's construction site, and yeah.
Could you still, you could still take walks
Yeah.
around the block,
Yeah.
right? So was it important for you that the kids still got physical activity outside of the house?
It was very important because otherwise we were getting crazy with two young children. And we are lucky to have a big garden. And we set up a trampoline for our boy, and he could use his power there.
Okay.
But it was nevertheless an exhausting time because the baby girl needs to be feeded. You have to go with your bigger boy to the bathroom because he cannot handle it by his own at that time. So, and there was an uncertainty if I can start working in the summer again.
Okay.
Because we were not sure if our baby girl was allowed to go to the day nursery in this pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, we have been lucky because it relaxed in the summer. So she went to the same day nursery as her brother, and they joined one group.
Okay.
Or the same group. And that was easier for her to fit in there because I was not allowed to go in with her for the first time to acclimatize her.
Okay, so that's right. Normally, a parent will go in for a couple of hours and watch.
Yeah, and weeks and watch and.
That's right. And you weren't allowed to do that.
Only half an hour with mask and only for a few days.
Okay.
And then she had to stay there.
Okay.
But she had her big brother on the hand, so it was easier for me and for her, I guess.
So they were in the same group?
Yes.
Okay, so having him there, that's so lucky.
Yeah, it was really good. So, and they joined for 4 or 5 months together, and then he went up to the kindergarten because then he became 3.
Okay.
And then he was in another group.
Okay, so when your daughter went into the nursery school, you went back to work?
Yes, in summer, last year.
Was that good?
Yes, it was a relief. Time on my own, using my brain, talking to adults about other topics than diapers and feeding.
No, okay, as a mother, like, it's mentally challenging, right? I mean, like, the kindergartens are closed, the nurseries are closed.
Yeah.
Right? You're at home coping. I mean, of course, you love your kids, but it's also a nice thing about Germany that there is there's an institution, there's an establishment that, you can take your kids to nursery school, to kindergarten. Then you can go ahead and, like, if you want to go back to your job or if you're going to stay home, whatever you decide to do, right? It's a bonus. How did that make you feel? Like, you came out of it? I mean, you're a fighter, you're an athlete, you're a competitor, like, you're smart. Were you proud of yourself, like, personally, like, after you accomplished this difficult time?
I don't know if you can say you are proud you're proud on this because, it was a challenge, but I think there are other people who have to deal with bigger challenges.
Right.
So, for me...
like if you lived in an apartment.
Yeah, for example, and you do not have a garden.
Right.
Or you do not have work to go after you gave your kids to the kindergarten. So that's, I don't know how to say it. It was okay, and it was a relief that we had the opportunity to give our kids in emergency childcare.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So what does that mean? We were talking about that before we went live.
Yeah.
How did you qualify for that?
You need to be occupied in a specific area, which needs to be covered for the general public.
An essential worker. Is that right?
I don't know. There are so many topics too. So I'm not the person who's qualified to the emergency childcare. It's my partner.
Right.
So,
like my friends who worked at IDT, or they worked at Bayer, or they worked in the pharmaceutical industry.
Or in a hospital, something like that.
They qualified.
Yeah, they are qualified.
Healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical employees. Yeah. And they were so happy to take their kid back to kindergarten so they could go to work. I mean, they were still like...
It's not just that you can go to work. For me, it was more the relief that I know that my children have the opportunity to play with their own, to have a day-to-day routine, just a normal life.
Right. So when your son came home and he said, "Mom, like everything looks the same. I don't think they renovated anything." What did you say?
He didn't ask me what they have done during the construction, but actually they've done construction in the kindergarten. So,
so
I was not a liar on that point.
It worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out. First, it was hard for him to go back because he had this new situation in the kindergarten, a new group, only a few weeks spending there. Then it was Christmas time and the institution was closed again, and he stayed at home almost 1 month. So everything was new again for him.
Right.
But then he finds his place in the group, and you can really recognize how good it is for the kids to play with each other, how much they learn from each other, which possibilities they have in this institution to be creative, to build something, to do handiwork, to just develop in their own character.
I think the kindergarten teachers, of course, they are essential workers, but they are, they're important. They're so important, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Just the socialization.
The socialization.
For the kids, it's the most important, and I think that is the biggest restriction we have in the general public suffering from this pandemic.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Christmas, the kindergartens didn't stay open. Were there other gaps where they were closed again and they opened back up, or there was a quarantine? Because I remember reading in the MZ, like
local newspaper.
Local newspaper. Outbreak at kindergarten, outbreak at kindergarten, outbreak at kindergarten. It just seemed like kindergartens were being hit. Classes would be sent home.
Yeah.
Kindergartens being closed. So was there that for your kids after Christmas?
So it was just closed over the holidays, and then they switched again to the emergency childcare.
Okay.
And we needed to apply again.
Okay.
So and that took 2 weeks. So at the end of January, they've been in emergency childcare again. But then a few weeks after that, the group of our boy have been hit with the corona
positive case.
Yeah, positive case.
Okay.
So he had, he was sent home. We needed to stay at home, also with our daughter, of course. And our boy had to be tested.
How's that?
It was okay. We just told him he have to go with his father and has to look at his father that he do not have fears. And he was taking care of his father. And
good.
Was very proud to do that and to tell him he hasn't to be afraid. And it was really, really cute.
For kids that age, how are they testing? Like in the nose or the mouth?
In the nose. It was just in the nose. And I explained it before to him that they will use like a Q-tip for the ears in his nose.
Okay.
And that was okay for him. And he did it well, and he was negative. And we had to stay in quarantine for 10 days at least.
Okay. So now you're back home.
Yes. That was in the beginning of last this year. Yeah,
But like, okay, so let's talk about like, was it easy for you to, because you got to get that 10 days, but you're doing home office, right? Basically.
Yes, but it is not possible with 2 small children.
Okay.
I cannot work when they are with me in the same room.
Okay.
I have to look at the baby girl. I have to look at him when he needs to go to the bathroom.
Right.
They are not there. What is? It is loud when small people are playing with each other. Yeah, you cannot have a conference call or something like that.
So when the kids were at kindergarten, like now people have shifted to home office, and I think in some instances in the work flow, it's also productive. Is that something that you see in the future? Is there a way for you to take one day off and come home, or 2 days off in a week and do from home office with the kids in kindergarten?
In my occupation, it is an opportunity to have 1 or 2 days in home office.
Okay.
Or to use it for more productive work. For example, I don't know, making a presentation or working something through, like a contract or something like that, so that you are not disrupted from telephone calls or people
just coming
into your office and
Okay.
But for the usual work, it is very important for me. By myself to get into contact with the other team members,
right.
and being in the office, have the better equipment over there, going down into the production to check on something. I don't know.
Okay.
I really enjoy to go into the office.
Yeah. Since I have a space now, I come here every day.
Yeah. But 1 up to 2 days, makes sense.
Okay.
Definitely makes sense.
Do you you see the light at the end of the tunnel with this pandemic?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel so.
Are you optimistic?
Yes,
okay.
I am. Because you can feel that with the summer, restrictions and guidelines are relaxing. We have the opportunity to get vaccinated. I think we are happy to live in a time and in a location where vaccines are provided to the general public.
Okay.
At the end.
Okay. When do you think Germany will be fully vaccinated, if you had a guess?
I'm not sure if we will be fully vaccinated, because there are a lot of people who will not do it, I think.
Yeah.
But end of the year, I think the people who are willing to do it will have the opportunity.
Okay.
It's a guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to be vaccinated because I want to be able to go home to see my family. That's the main priority.
Yeah. And I think it's the only solution to get back to a normal life, where you can hug each other, where you can be together with your beloved ones without counting how many people in a room.
Right. Are masks here to stay in Germany or no?
I don't know. I think people are looking forward to leave their mask at home.
Okay.
I think. I don't know if it is opportunity to still use them for grocery shopping, for example. So it doesn't hurt somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I will never put it back on.
I don't. So
unless I have to, right? Unless I have to. Yeah.
The biggest challenge is not to forget it at home or in the car.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I read the other day that now, like in Germany, there's mask disposal has become a problem, right? Yeah. I don't know how environmentally friendly these masks are.
Yeah.
If they can be recycled. I don't know.
I will enjoy not using it anymore, of course.
Well, the last topic that I want to ask you about, and this is something when, this is a year and a half ago, you got into foiling.
Yes. How do you know?
I just know. Like I said earlier, you're very athletic,
Yeah.
right? And when did you discover this new sport of foiling? Because it's not, can you explain to our listeners who may not know what it is? It's different than surfing.
Yes, it is. There are different ways. I don't know. The most people might know it from sailing.
Okay.
Because foils are more common or become more common in sailing as well. So, for example, in the America's Cup, the big boats, you have foilers, or you had foilers this year. So if you gain a certain speed, the boat will come out of the water and just flying over the water on foils. So the foil is like an airplane wing under the water.
It's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, pumped up by the pressure difference under the water, and restricting the
Udina is using Google Translate because
resistance.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Resistance. Yeah. Okay.
So, if you come up on the foil with the boat, it's reducing the resistance in the water, and you're becoming faster.
Okay.
Even faster.
Even faster.
Yeah. So, and the same scheme is used in surfing right now. So you're on your surfboard, you're gaining speed, and then the surfboard comes out with you on it, flying over the water, and only the foil is underwater. Yeah, created by the pressure difference, it's pumping you up.
Okay. Is there a standard height between the foil and the board?
It's not a standard. There are different possibilities. For example, a mast of 65 centimeters up to 80 or 90 centimeters.
So when you jump on the board, you immediately start applying pressure.
Yeah, there is this pumping, the pump foiling.
Okay.
If you start from a dock or something like that, you need to gain speed with running with the board and then jumping on it. Give pressure, and then you get the pressure back.
Okay.
From the foil, from the water.
Right.
Pumping up. And before it reaches with the surface, you need to put it down again.
Okay.
And with this movement, you can...
What part of the body are you working the most?
I think it's the legs.
Okay. So do you need to have strong quads, thighs, shins?
Squats.
So you're quads.
Yeah.
Okay. The back, like...
Yeah.
Okay. This part.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you went to Berlin as a birthday present or a gift card or something, and this is where you did your foiling for the first time.
Yes, actually,
with a company.
It was first. It was just surfing.
Okay.
On the second wave behind the boat.
Surfing with like you're being pulled.
First, you are being pulled after the boat.
And then you let go, and you.
Yeah, then you let it go, and then you're just surfing like wave surfing.
Right.
So I started with that, and after that course, the instructor told me, "Hey, I have something new. I would like to show you because I sense that you have a special feeling for surfing and water sports."
Okay.
And then he showed me this foiling, pump foiling thing.
Was that the first time you'd seen it?
Yes.
Oh, so cool.
So I got there.
Okay.
So and then after that, we Googled it, and we find a lot of interesting videos on Facebook, and yeah. So we got into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you getting better at it now? Like I know you have one.
Yes.
At home. Is it, and I know you live near the river, is it difficult to practice in the river because the current is not that fast?
I'm not doing it in the river. I'm just doing it in the port. So there is no current in the port.
Okay.
It's a pretty good location to practice it.
Safe.
Yes, but it's kind of cold.
Okay.
I've been there in the port 2 or 3 weeks ago when the temperature was almost 25 degrees.
That was on a Sunday.
Outside the water.
I remember that.
But the water was still cold.
You have a bodysuit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I use that.
Okay.
But that was the first time this year. So last year, the last time I went into the water was end of October.
Okay.
But that was okay. And yes, you see a development very fast.
Okay.
I think.
Are you trying to sort of come up with a better way to eject yourself out onto the water with the board?
Yes, we've tried like a bungee.
Uh-huh.
So, but
like a spring, like ding, ding, ding.
yes, but it's you have to set up it, and then you need to put it down
Take
again.
it down, yeah.
That's a lot of time
Okay.
and effort to use it.
Okay.
That is one possibility. And if you got a board with more volume, you can also pull behind the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a thing we like to try in the summer with a new board.
Okay, so you would start, and then the speed would bring you up.
Yeah, like wakeboarding.
Okay, and then you let go, and then you already have the momentum.
Yeah, or you use the wake after the boat.
Okay.
You can use it also.
Without the rope.
Yes. So
Okay.
you use the rope to get pulled out of the water,
Mhm.
and then you can use the wakes
Okay.
to surf on them on the foil.
Okay.
And you can wake sieve.
What's it called?
Wake sieving.
Cool.
So pumping from one wake, from one boat to the other,
Uh-huh.
and then sieve the wave, like stealing the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
okay,
using
I got it.
to get relaxed and to get more power, and then you can pump up again.
Okay. So what is your longest ride so far?
Oh, it's not so long.
30 seconds?
Not even close.
A minute? Okay.
No,
Okay.
15 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, there are not so much time to practice.
Yeah, of
besides
course.
work and
Dude,
kids.
work, 2 kids,
Yeah.
pandemic, like winter.
Yeah, winter.
No, but I mean, this summer, with the weather's going to get hot, of course.
Yeah.
In this next couple of weeks. So I'm sure you'll be out there on. Where can we catch you on your foiling? Can we catch you in the port?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I can't wait because I ride my bike by there every day. Not every day, but every weekend.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking for you down there, like pumping on your foil. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can do that.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. I think that's a good way to end it on an outdoor activity that everybody wants to get back outdoors now, right? So
Yes.
like it's good. So if you're anyone out there listening, it's called
Foiling. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great sport. It's high endurance. 15-second rides. How many hours can you? Okay, last question. How many hours can you foil comfortably before you're exhausted? Can you go an hour?
An hour, yeah, but it's not foiling all the time. It's jump from the dock, foil a few seconds, fall into the water,
Have you got
coming
that?
back to the dock. So, and that's
Okay.
almost an hour.
Have you got that technique down? Jumping onto the foil, holding it, running. I mean that would be the most difficult part, I think.
Yeah,
just
that's
that
not
technique.
my problem anymore. So
Okay.
the dock start is not the problem anymore.
Okay.
It's more to get the feeling for the movement, for the continuous
Okay.
pumping.
Okay.
So to get that technique developed.
Yeah, get that down.
Yeah.
Cool. That's so cool. Did any of your other friends in town doing this sport?
Not yet.
Are you the
So
first person in Dessau to have a foil?
I don't know.
Probably.
No, I've seen somebody wing foiling. So it's like a windsurf board.
Okay,
So
with
like a wing for like a sail.
Yeah, yeah.
And then doing it
Okay.
on a sea, on a lake.
That's
here.
that's cheating. I mean that wind would carry you.
Yeah.
I mean you still have to pump a
Yeah.
little bit getting the wind, right?
That is another possibility
Okay.
to do that. But it's even more equipment you have to handle, you have to carry around
Right.
with you. So
Okay.
I will stay with the pump foiling.
Okay. I think it's a better choice right now.
Okay.
All right, Undine.
Undine,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Scott.
Yeah, perfect. Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Inlingua Podcast, live from Dessau. We hope you stay tuned for more episodes.